Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Carter Goldwyn, and today we're doing a special unboxing of the very first beginner box that I've ever had for role-playing games. If you like the channel, if you like the content, like, subscribe, all the bits and pieces on YouTube. We're also a Twitch TV channel, so if you want to see us do a live content, head on over to Twitch TV and give us a follow. We have several games we run during the week, and if you want to keep in touch with us through social media, we're still on Twitter while it still survives. Again, all on Goblin Cave TV. So, with that out of the way, let's get into this old box, which has been in my collection since about 1996. So this is Introduction to Advanced Dungeons & Dragons game, interactive, audio CD included. So, it's for 2 to 7 players, ages 10 to adult. So it's a decent sized box. I try to make sure I give like the perspective there. Decent sized box, about normal for most boxes, but there's a massive gap in this. This seems to be a, yeah. So I will point out this straight away. I am missing the miniatures. I know where they are. They're at a friend's place in a box tucked away somewhere. One of them was painted because, yeah, not smart. These are also not the original, the dice as well, but they are exactly the dice which come with it. So these dice are clear and color-coded and very bright and really easy to read. These used to be the dice set which came from this box, as well as the precursor to this box in 1995, which is the basic version, this being the advanced D&D version. The audio CD included is an absolute joke. It is hilarious. It is great fun. We're actually doing this game shortly on the channel, hopefully, based off the audio CD included, as in based off how bad the audio CD included is. So the rule set of the game, the print quality is not, to today's standards, the print quality is poor. Let's just face it. From today's standards, print quality is poor. Simple binding, as in staple binding, and this is really showing its age. The artwork, again, showing its age. It's not bad, but it's certainly showing its age from stuff from these days. Man, that looks like the D&D cartoon. That really does look like the D&D cartoon. That looks poor. Strangely, there's only about 10 pages or 15 pages of rules, which seems really strange. It's actually about closer to 10 pages of rules in this in total. And then you've got character creation, which you don't generally need. So they've actually been able to minimize the rule set for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons into under 15 pages, which is really, really cool. Because these days people think, oh my God, that is so complex. But actually the rule sets for these days are far more complex than what you had before. So we've got the Dungeon Master Guide. This is less a Dungeon Master Guide than more the adventures. There's 3 scenarios here, which are actually pretty fun. I ran through them myself back in the day, and planning on running through another one today, or shortly I should say. So they're good fun. They're very simple scenarios, and they go through a few levels as well. But they're also linked directly to the audio CD included. So there's pretty much room by room audio CD included, bits and pieces, and not just room by room, but also decision by decision. If you choose one decision, press track 6, or if you press another decision, go to track 7, that type of thing, with horrendously funny and bad voice acting and character acting. But this is one of the early versions of what you'd see Sirenscape as being, as in an interactive setting audio. Compared, there are other audios back in that time period, which is more background noise, but this is voice acting. This is Foley stuff. It's really fun and it's great, and it's closer to the ages 10 rather than the ages adult. It's bad, but it's so good. We do have a monsters manual. This is something that we don't get to see very often in these games, in these beginner boxes. We actually don't see monsters manuals these days, at least in beginner boxes. I mean, there's not much of one, but it is there. 30 odd pages, and it goes through your basic monsters, pretty much what you'll find in the scenarios, as well as dragons, etc. I wonder if they got the Invisible Stalker. I just want to check that, because I always love the Invisible Stalker image, because this is the absolute best image for all. No, they didn't have Invisible Stalker, damn. But this is the same. This is the exact same images you'll find, and stats, of course, you'll find in the actual big monsters manuals back in the day. You get character cards. These are actual cardstock, double-sided. The back side is not, well, a little bit stained here and there, but it goes through more of the basics on what the character style does. Also some level stuff as well. So I think they're pretty good, and there's 6 of them, so it's a good variety. You get fighters, rogues, thief, mage, etc. Even a dual class character, which was a thing back then. But again, 6 of them, which is actually pretty good. Not like the 4 you get often these days. You get the town, and some background information on the town, just like little notes of what things are on the town. So it's a small little card version of it. It's not amazing, but yeah. Their version of a character sheet back then is minimal, so to speak. Very, very minimal. But it's there. This side, you might be able to dry erase mark on it. It's shiny, but I don't think I trust it. And this was back in the time when we didn't really use dry erasers or like whiteboard markers, that type of stuff. Is dry eraser or wet eraser? I don't know. This is back in the time when that wasn't a thing, so it might just be more coincidental. You usually get catalog requests. So if you wanted to know what was out in the market, you'd actually have to send off a request to actually know what was out in the market. Yeah, that's the thing. That used to be a thing. Also, stamped envelope, pre-stamped envelope. That's the thing. I don't believe this would be still there. But yeah, you do get maps. So this is a nice big map. I'll expand it but it's a nice quality map. And it's also double-sided. So this is huge compared to the maps you get these days. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge compared to the maps you get these days. But that was the standard back at the time. So as I mentioned, we are missing the minis, but you do get minis in the set. The dice are there. You don't really have a quick reference, but when you only have, it's close to 10 pages of rules, you don't really need a quick reference. Yeah, that's the original beginner box that I started on, the Introduction to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, with audio CD included. A nice short one. If you're looking for something Dungeons and Dragons that's not 5th edition, try to pick up something like this. Like, AD&D is still a thing. Like, you can find it on Drive-Thru RPG, Fantasy Grounds, and other places like that have it for virtual tabletops. It's actually viable, and there's a lot of content out about it, so go for it. Have fun. So that's me for the wrapping up. I really enjoy this. Like, I really enjoy the set. The audio CD really makes it what it is. But these days it's more about turning into a piss take. These days it's more about having a laugh at it because it's bad. But it's good for a starter set. But it's just, yeah, it is what it is. It's dated, which is pretty much that. So that's it for me. Have fun, enjoy your role playing, and remember, failing forward is always an option, and often the most entertaining option. So, bye.